So it's time for us to talk about the balancing act that us ladies have to play of being a mom, being a wife, and working full time, having these full time jobs. And yes, Lord knows we are exhausted. We are tired, right? It's like driving a car with no gas. And everybody wants to know, why aren't we going anywhere? Being a mom and a wife is a show-stopping act. And we do it all, right? And then we have the nerve to add boss into the mix and wonder why we're so exhausted. But then somewhere in all of that, we quietly disappear. But in the meantime, we're keeping score. And every time we do something, we say, after everything I do, this is what I get. And let's be honest, when we're drained like that, we're not affectionate to the hubby. We're losing our patience with the kids. And we're definitely not in the mood for any loving. And then some of our sisters, they said enough is enough. And then they put 10 toes in the sand and they said never again to losing themselves. And again, those are our sisters who are probably now divorced, have moved on, and then chose to do it solo. Well, I wish you well, and you probably are doing well. And I pray the peace that you're looking for finds you. I mean, in a way, I don't blame y'all, because peace above everything, right? Especially if you're in a toxic relationship where someone is making you feel like you're in second place. But what about those of us who choose to stay married, meanwhile putting up with the exhaustion and the burnout? Now, I'm not talking about all women, because all of us are not exhausted and burned out. I am talking to those of us who feel that way. Chances are you're going to end up with two types of problems. One, you become burned out, and then a winter season that we talk about, that I talked about, the different seasons in marriage, those start brewing on the horizon. Or two, the husbands, they start to feel this sense of disconnection, probably, which causes even bigger problems to the marriage. And those problems rhyme with stepping out. And neither one of those problems are good. So what's the balance? Because if we ladies don't take care of ourselves, we run the risk of burning out. And you know, with the burnout, now we're yelling at the kids, we're frustrated and pissed off, we're walking around the house, we got this attitude, we're complaining about things we don't need to complain about, and obviously none of that leads to anything good. But then on the other hand, if we focus too much on self-care, our marriage suffers. And before you know it, you and the hubby are quietly turning into roommates. And don't let this be in the stage of your life where there are no kids at home. Now that's a really big problem. Because when the kids move out, now you guys are empty nesters, you'll find that without some sort of connection between the two of y'all, you guys can easily turn into what they call grade divorce, right? And be part of the grade divorce statistic. And as a matter of fact, those are actually on the rise. So ladies, what do we do? Well, first off, if you find yourself having to pick a side, then something is definitely wrong. Because quite honestly, we need both, especially for the wellness of our mental health. Now, our husbands, they're not responsible for completing us, but our absence can certainly disconnect them from us. Now, hear me out clearly, ladies. Hear me clearly. I think what a lot of us call marriage issues is really exhaustion. Because we're not always mad at them, right? We're probably just mad, thinking we're mad, but we're really tired because we're tired of not feeling like ourselves. But then at the same time, it's really challenging to maintain a strong marriage if you're only showing up when it's convenient for you. So again, if you're not blocking out time that is just for you, I gotta tell you, you're missing out. And you're risking big time on a major burnout. Now, I'm not here to tell anybody what to do because balance for every marriage looks different. And if y'all want to be up underneath each other all day, every day, then who am I to tell you to change up? Listen, if it works, it works. I mean, some people can look at each other all day, every day and not get tired of each other. I know me and my husband, we can be around each other all day, every day and not get tired of each other. But we do need our time away from each other while we're in the house. But there's a lot of us out here who need that me time. So if you're one of those types, here's 3 things that I suggest. 1, you should make sure that every week there's a scheduled time for each of you guys to do things that you enjoy doing separately, right? So if you like working out, go to the gym. If you like your nails looking pretty, then put that on a bi-weekly rotation. Take up a hobby. I don't know, join a reading book club. You know, my Steve, he loves PlayStation games and he has a couple of 3D printers and he loves to play golf with the fellas. So I know when he turns on the PlayStation or if he's sitting in front of the computer working on a design, I just leave him alone. And for me, I have my Legos, I have my pod, and I enjoy making things. So he knows that when I'm in my craft room, just leave me alone. And on top of that, I also have a bi-weekly nail appointment. Number 2, you should always make sure you have time scheduled for date nights. There should always be either a nightly or a weekly check-in with each other. So if you guys want to go on date nights every week, every other week, you should have something like that. You know, me and my Steve, we love to cuddle every night. So every night, no matter what, we find time to just sit and watch a movie. And typically we fall asleep in the couch, but somehow one of us hears the other one snoring, and then we wake up. And then we take a shower, and then we cuddle again in the bed before watching the rest of the movie. And then we usually fall asleep before the movie's over. Now, don't forget, very, very important part, you gotta have sex. Now, I'm not sugarcoating it. This is the Taylor frequency. We don't sugarcoat it here. Our men need to feel loved in the bedroom. And this is the time that we have to make them feel valued and desired. Because, listen, when it comes to living in a man's life, I've never been there, so I really don't know, but I can only imagine that their life outside of home can chip away at their masculinity. So as a wife, our job is to reinforce it. And the third thing I suggest is, if you're feeling overwhelmed and you need some stuff to come off your plate, then communicate that to your man. Don't hold it in thinking he's gonna know what's wrong with you. You know, meanwhile, you're walking around the house with this resting bitch face, slamming doors, hoping he'll figure out what's wrong with you on his own. It doesn't work that way. Our men are not mind readers. Now, there's one last thing I did want to address. Anytime you feel yourself getting irritated, before you blame your marriage and get all up in your husband's face, you should probably do a checkup from the neck up. And a couple of things you want to ask yourself. Ask yourself, am I rested? Am I overwhelmed? Or am I really upset with him? Or is it that I'm upset with the fact that I didn't do anything for myself this week? Because I'm telling you, if you do that check and you check your tank first, most of the irritation you're feeling can probably be solved before a fight breaks out. So I end with this. You don't have to choose between being a good wife and a fulfilled woman. You get to have both, because the goal was never really to lose yourself in love. And it was never to build a life where your husband feels left out either. The goal is what we call alignment. Alignment with balance. And that's built with two people who keep choosing themselves and each other. This is the Taylor frequency, where real thoughts get said out loud and we figure it out together. Thanks for sitting with me. Please like and subscribe.
Be selfish sometimes.
Yeah.
Not in the ways that she was, but be selfish. It's always, we got to be super mom, super wife, super girlfriend, super, super aunt, super, we're always super. Until we ain't got nothing left.
Right.